Hey friends. Okay, listen. Great morning to you, great afternoon, great evening, great night to you. Whatever time of the day it is for you as you're watching this. I know it's morning time for me. I'm at my favorite place, of course, but I just come to give like a quick prophetic word and also just like a quick little like chit chat update. Okay, I'm not gonna hold you long. So recently, like I have currently I am on a I'll say that currently I am on a fast right now, and I am in deep consecration with God. And I didn't even think that I was going to be like recording content. I just really thought that I was just going to like lay everything down, but here I am. I move off of the Lord and the Lord alone. Okay, so but the Lord just gave me something really good pertaining myself, because as I'm on this fast with God, and as I'm in this secret place with him, right? And some of you may like come for me for like even sharing that, but listen, I do what God tells me to do, okay? And I'm not putting y'all in my business. I'm not telling y'all, like, I'm not boasting in this fast. I'm really doing a fast that pleases God, right? So moving forward, one of the main reasons of me, you know, going on this fast was to really get some clarity for myself for like what season that I'm in financially, right? Because as most of you may know, or most of you may not know, April 30th, I left my 9 to 5. I felt it in my spirit. I didn't move off of emotions. I didn't move off of like none of that. I moved off of what I felt in my spirit. I was unhappy. My heart wasn't in it no more. And I just wanted to, when I'm in a position, I take it very serious and I give it my all. And I'd rather not take up space when someone else can come and do exactly what needs to be done in the position. And so it just was time for me like to change. And you know, that's what that was. So I thought that I was going to a company, but God only wanted me to be there temporarily. I thought I was going into a company full time, permanently, but God only wanted me, he showed me real quickly through me having a wreck. And now I'm having no choice but to sit and come to him, because now I'm just like, okay, well, how am I going to go to the meetings if I don't have my own reliable transportation? My mother works 6 to 2. There's a breakfast club meeting that happens while my mother is at work. How am I going to get there? I'm not going to have this rental car for long. So God, now I need answers, right? And so in the midst of me like having no choice but to sit with God, he revealed to me like, this is not what I want you to do permanently. This is what you want to do permanently. This is what I wanted you to do temporarily. And then he started revealing some things from there. And so then I let that go. Okay. So now I'm currently at a place where I have no steady income coming in. I'm not working a 9 to 5. I'm not doing what I used to do. Right. And all I have is his word, my gifts, my talent, and what I'm doing now, which is, you know, letting God use me as a vessel. And so I remember last month, was a month where he called me to like sit with him and to really like not drive, not go nowhere. Like he was just revealing to me like everywhere you need to go is literally walking distance. Come and sit with me. Didn't you say when you were working at your 9 to 5 that you wanted a vacation? Now treat June as a vacation. I'm like, bet, say less. So I did exactly what God told me to do. And when I tell you, I received so much like elevation, so much ranking in heaven, so much just knowledge and wisdom. Like the time was amazing, right? Like I received a lot of rest, physical rest. My soul was rested. That's what really mattered. Like when your soul need rest, that's on a whole nother level. So my soul rested. Like I literally was basking in the Lord, and I was able to really get a lot of like clarity, a lot of wisdom, a lot of insight. It was a lot of I was able to come to the park and just really just like have some intimate one-on-one undisturbed time with God that my soul had missed, right? And so now here we are in July. We got this week and then next week, and then now we're done with July. And so here we are in July. And so a couple of things happened emotionally in my household, like with me and my mother's relationship. And I was just like, I need to get me a full-time job. Like or get me a 9 to 5 part-time or full-time so I can save up some money and work on towards getting me my own place, right? And so that's where I was just like coming to God about it. And I was like, okay, Lord, like, you know, because as a chosen one, I just want to say this, and I want to pause right here. I want to stick a pin in this right here, what I was getting ready to say. I want to stick a pin, and I want to say this. As a chosen one, I don't care what anybody tells you around you. You have to take everything to the Lord. I don't care if people be like, oh, you're just too spiritual, or you just too this. Baby, I don't care what you saying. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. I am a chosen one. When you know that you are chosen, God's words say many are called, but few are chosen. There are a few of us that are chosen, that we know that we cannot just be anywhere randomly. We can't just be anywhere. I'm just connected to you just to be connected to you. Not like, no, like your life has purpose. Your connections have purpose. Everything that you do has a purpose connected to it. So when you know that you are chosen, you can't just accept anybody's invitation or be inside of any room or go into or go inside of any company. Like, you are chosen. So you have to inquire God about everything. So now I'm going to resume where I left off. So here I am, and I'm like, God, like, okay, if it's meant for me to have this job, if it's in your will for me to have this job, let them call me. And if it's not, don't let them call me. And so then, like, you know, fast forwarding, time going on, and I'm just like, okay, God, like, what's really happening? Mind you, God has been sufficient in supplying in everything. I have not gone without eating. My family has not gone without eating, not just for the sake of my help, but like all of it, God has been providing for myself, my mother, my brothers, my friend that's staying with us. Like, he has been, like, I have been asking, they have been asking, and he has been giving. Okay? And we have not gone without a meal. We have not gone without no water, no nothing. Catch that. But yet and still, Andrea is unhappy because she's like, I'm ready for some steady income to come back in. Lord, let me go on and go out here and get a part-time job and get some money saved up so I can go ahead and have the money that I need. Check this. Have the money when I want to do things and when I want to, like, go buy this or go buy that. Catch that, right? Or better yet, where I don't have to, like, borrow from anybody. I'll have it myself, and I'll be able to get this and I'll be able to get that for the things that we need in the house. And this is valid. And I'm seeing my mother, God, I'm seeing my mother work her butt off, and I'm seeing her do overtime, and I'm seeing her, you know, borrow from her check before it's time. And I'm seeing her do all these things, but yet I feel hopeless because I don't have any steady income coming in. And now I'm running out of people to ask money from, because I don't want to. And the reason why I say I'm running out of people is because I don't want them to feel like I'm using them. I don't want to come off as I'm using them. I don't want to burn or run dry my resources, my help. So let me go on and get me a 9 to 5 so all of this can come to an end. But what happens when none of the people call you? You put in the applications, but none of them call you. What happens then? You steady applying, and at the same time you're applying, this is what your language is. God, if it's in your will for me to get this job, let them call me. But if it's not, don't let them call me. That's why I say catch that. So I'm applying, but nobody's calling me. Nobody's reaching out. I'm calling them, but I'm getting a runaround. Oh, he's not in today. I get a response. I get an email about one specific job, and it's real good. And before I replied, I was just like, okay, God, mind you, before he even responded to me, I was literally sitting right here at the park. I have a tree, y'all, and I say that it's my tree because when I tell you I go under that tree, I be in the spirit. You hear me? But you know, God can use any tree, but baby, this is my specific tree, okay? Say what you want. I don't care what nobody say. And so I'm underneath the tree and I'm talking to God and I'm in there and I'm asking God, I'm saying, God, I'm talking to God like this. I'm like, God, I filled out this application. God, I filled out that application. Like, Lord, like, what do you want to do with me? What 9 to 5 do you want me to go in? Because maybe, just maybe, I spoke this season of not wanting to go back to a 9 to 5 prematurely. And not even asking you, do you want to put me back in another 9 to 5? So now I may have spoke something too soon and prematurely over my life, and now I feel like nothing's happening. So now I want to go back and I want to ask you, I want to undo, my God, what I have spoken over my life. Oh, I ain't never going back to another 9 to 5. After leaving my last 9 to 5, oh, I ain't never going back to a 9 to 5 because I'm around people at another company that God put them in the position that they're in. God did. But not one time am I asking him, is this the position you want to put me in? Catch this, y'all. But I'm going off of what God did for them, and now I'm trying to apply it to my life. Oh, yeah, that sounds good, honey. Yeah, I don't want to go back to no 9 to 5 either. Let's do this thing. What I got to do? Show me what God did for you so I could do it. Catch this. And in the midst of that, God had to show me, that's what I wanted for her. I don't want the same thing for you. You didn't come and ask me what I wanted to do, what I wanted you to do at this company. You didn't come and ask me if this is what, if you want me to be in this thing full time, just like how Tierra and the coach is, right? Tierra was my trainer. Shout out to you, Tierra. And so now I'm just like, I'm applying what God did for somebody else's life on my life without asking him. And so God had to shut it all down. And I had to come into agreement with it and alignment with it. And I'm so glad that I did, because he showed me even more. Right? And so it's like God will protect us. He will cause things to not go through for us because he wants more for us. He wants better for us. And it's not saying that you're better than that person. It's just saying you and that person live two different lives. And so now fast forward back to now, what God gave me today. After me filling out the applications yesterday, y'all, because I was frustrated. I filled out them applications through frustration. I said, listen, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of not having the income coming in. Like, God, what are you trying to tell me? What are you doing? Like, do I need to get a 9 to 5? Do I not need to get a 9 to 5? I'm confused. I'm lost. I need you to find me. I need you to speak to me. Who can I get some money from today for me and my family to get something to eat? Because my mother is running out of options too. She don't have nobody. Like, Lord, I need you to answer some things. So I'm filling out applications, me, quote unquote, by faith. By faith, I believe that this is going to come through. By faith, I believe that I'm going to hear from this job. By faith, I believe that this, and this, right? So I fill out the applications. I filled out 3 applications. And I literally, after me filling out the applications, I was like, Lord, you know, because the Matthew 7:7 say, ask and you shall receive, right? So I was just like, Lord, okay, out of the 3 that I filled out, I'm sorry, y'all, these bugs is like really messing with me. After the 3 I filled out, out of the 3 I filled out, I'm asking that you allow, you know, I'm going through having a personal conversation, like which one would I want to work at the most? And so I picked the one that I want to work at the most. And I said, God, I'm asking if it's in your will, let me hear back from them. Let me hear back from them. I had even called that company because I had filled out an application back in May, but they had a new position open. And so I go on the website to fill out the application, but it still shows the May application. And so in my head, I'm like, well, why is it not saying July 20th, which was yesterday's date? Why is it still saying May 29th or May 30th, one of them two? And so I called and I'm asking if I could speak to the hiring manager. And so I'm talking to the lady or whatever. And so I was like, well, she was telling me that the lady is not available. So I was like, is there anybody else that I could speak to that's close to that? And so she was like, well, that will be me. And so I was like, oh, okay. I said, okay, well, I filled out the application for the recent position that y'all had open on Indeed, but it doesn't say July 20th, it says May. And so she was like, okay, well, we do plan to look at applications this week, so hopefully I'll get back in touch with you and hear from you and we'll proceed. And so I was like, okay, well, thank you. And I gave her my number or whatever the case. Well, I told her like, this is my number, so on and so forth. So I move on in the day, but I'm still having irritation and frustration, y'all. Mind you, God came through, blessed us with some money. I went in the cabinets. I was able to fix something to eat, whatever the case may be. And so then, last night I'm talking to my man about it. He got off work, and I'm talking to him about it. He ended up calling me. I'm talking to him about it. And he was like, babe, no, your feelings are valid. And, and I was just telling him, I was like, this is one of the main reasons why I'm on this fast, because I'm just like, Lord, hello, like, I don't hear anything, like, what's happening? So I come to the park today, getting a whole bunch of revelation about my relationship and everything. And before I started recording this video, I literally got in my spirit through a conversation with God, y'all. He said, maybe you just need to surrender. Could it be that the reason why you're not hearing anything, the reason why things are being shut down, or things are not going the way you want them to go, you applying, but you're not hearing no answers? Maybe you just need to surrender and say, Lord, I rest here. You want me to stay here? I rest here. You want me to be here? I won't fill out another application, but I just ask that you speak to me. I just ask that you let me know something. And so I just came to tell you, because that was right good to me. I just came to let you know, if you are experiencing the same thing, just surrender to where God has you. I know it's frustrating. I know you don't like it, because that was me. I was like, this is frustrating. I don't like it. Like, and God loves when we're open, because he knows these things before we do. But we got to understand that God knows what's best for us. And when you surrender, because this was the thing that he gave me, because see, in my mind, I'm like, well, if this is where you want me to be, how long am I going to be here? Like, this is raggedy. But I literally heard him say, before I started recording this video, when you surrender, you may be here less than what you think. But you've been here for a while because you haven't surrendered yet. And so until you surrender, you'll never know until you come into alignment with where you are. Okay, well, this is obviously where you want me to be. So God, I ask that you give me strength to stay here. I ask that you give me the patience to be here. And I ask that you help me to see what it is I need to see, so that I don't move into something, that I don't exit out of where you need me to be because of me being uncomfortable and me not liking it here. And that's so good to me, y'all, because it's like, surrender is hard, but it's necessary. Especially when God is just like drawing up everything, not letting you hear back from y'all. When I tell you, I heard from a manager at an employer, but the man never responded back to my response. And I'm like, what is going on? Called him yesterday. Called the employer yesterday, and he was there, but he was unavailable. And so I'm talking to the lady, a worker, an employee, and she's like, well, what was the email about? And I'm talking about, I'm frustrated to a point where I got off the phone and I was like, you know what, God, I'm letting that go. So God will put you in a position where you ain't got no choice but to let go. And so that's why today I've came to the agreement, and I wanted to share this because I knew, like, it just was so good, y'all. And I'm like, God, somebody else needs to hear this. Just let go. Just be like, you know what? Forget it, God. All right, what we doing here? Don't talk to him through anger, but just go on and surrender. Don't have a hardened heart because of your irritation and because of your not liking where you are. Because you want to keep this heart open. Because you got to understand that our Father, and I know you know this already, but our Father makes no mistakes. And so I'm at the place, and I had told God this before I had even talked to y'all. Before I had even made this video, I said, Lord, I surrender. I surrender. And I'm not filling out another application. Because it's pointless. I fill out the application and I don't hear from nobody. So like what? Like, no. I'm going to surrender, and I'm going to just go ahead and just rest here and see what you need me to receive from here. Because you got me here for a reason. You need me to receive something. So I might as well just lock into it and be like, you know what? All right, God, let's talk. You got it. I'm going to stay right here. Because this is clearly where you want me to be at. So it's challenging, but it's necessary, y'all. And so I just wanted to share that. I pray that God will give you the same clarity, the same wisdom when you surrender. I pray that this message touches you, convicts you, that it hits an area straight in the face, that it hits you in your gut, that it hits you in your head, like, because God needs our attention. And if he's calling you on a fast, surrender. Whatever he's calling you to, surrender. Whatever he is shutting down and not allowing to go through, surrender. Surrender to his no. Surrender to his protection. Don't let the enemy fool you and trick you and make you think that, oh, well, maybe I need to do something else. No, you need to just stop. Stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. And just sit. And just pause. Don't make another step. Don't make another move. Just pause. And be like, what is it, God? Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. Because I don't know about you, but I'm tired of filling out the applications. And it's like, and then another thing too, he showed me, God showed me, y'all, is that you asking for my will to be done, but then you mad at the same time. How does that work? You say, Lord, if it's not in your will, don't bless me with the job. So then I don't bless you with the job and you mad? Like, how does that work? So we got to stop being mad when when God's will is done. When he steps in on our requests. Stop being mad about that. So now when you say, God, let your will be done, you need to be saying, God, prepare my heart to receive prepare my heart to receive whatever your will looks like. Because if I'm being honest, I'm saying for your will to be done, but then when your will is done, I'm mad and upset. And now I'm wondering, okay, why this and why that and why this and why that? But you just told me, God's looking like, but you just told me to let my will be done. Oh, you need me to help you understand and to prepare you for my will being done. That's what you need. So we got to be more specific. We got to be more specific, brothers and sisters, people of God, when we say in these prayer requests. When we're making our petitions known to God, we got to be more specific. Baby, you got to be detail to detail. Because if you're not, you'll pray for something and it'll swallow you whole. And you will be so discombobulated. I've learned this. And this is why I love when God calls us on fast, because it's like we're literally able to see. We're shutting down everything else. And we're able to see things that we didn't see behind all the distractions. So this is why when he requests us to do something and he tugs on our heart and he pulls on our spirit and he sits in our spirit and he pushes on our spirit to do something, we have to surrender. Because he's needing us to see something. He's needing us to go deeper. He's needing us to go higher. And he's needing us to tap in. So tap in with the Lord. Make the necessary time to tap in. Obey. And stop being disobedient and stop ignoring and stop being mad. Your Father loves you. He is the greatest Father. He's better than any of our earthly fathers could ever be. He loves you. It's protection, not rejection. He ain't forgotten about you. You actually in his mind more than you realize. That's why he's not allowing for what you want to happen, because he got more, but he ain't going to give you the more until you ask him what the more is. My God, today. Until you surrender and ask him what the more